Trump train. Oh, sorry.
We had a little Trump train truck going right there. But here we are with the KLX. Now, we're here with Mobstreet. Now, Mobstreet here is, I don't know how you say this, but he really loves his Yamaha TW200.
Darn straight.
And he's a loyal to his brands. He's a Chevy man for life. In fact, there was a truck down there the other day that said Chevy till I die. I took a picture of it. I'm gonna send it to him.
Yep.
But it was a sticker on the back. So,
well,
what?
My American flag sticker's already there. So I can't put it in the back. I'd have to put it in the front.
What do you guys suggest?
I got a windshield.
He's got a windshield right across the top. Boom. Chevy till I die. So, check this out. I went, obviously you've seen a few of my videos, but I went and bought this 2009 KLX250S. Now Matt here, he's already drove it when I first brought it home. But he drove it up the road, and I don't even know where he went, man. He was gone forever. Just kidding, he didn't really go that long. So, I brought him out here today. We're supposed to be working, but you could, he's right. We're working on growing this channel for you scatter crews people. So I'm gonna have him jump on this bike. I'm just gonna have him go do whatever. You know, we got all these little obstacle courses, this little bowl. I want to see if he can take it off of that hump and jump this gap. No, just kidding. But you know, just regular stuff. I mean, it's nothing fancy. But Matt here, he has ridden his Tdub, and he's been on some other bikes, but we are going to see what he thinks of this right there.
TW, if you're watching, this is in no way, like turning away from you.
She can't see it.
Right.
All right,
okay.
Here we go. He's gonna jump on, take a little burn on this, and like I said, I'm just gonna, this is, my GoPro wasn't charged, so this is filmed on my phone, but I'm having trouble transferring video files from my phone, so this is all gonna be on one video, and I'm just uploading this straight to YouTube, so it's raw. It's raw. Some like it raw, but
raw. You didn't put it in neutral.
Oh, I can start it in any gear.
Fuel injected. That's a nice feature.
So yeah, I guess this is fuel injected.
And a 6-speed.
And a 6-speed, which is not features.
Yeah, the Tdub doesn't do that.
On the TW, but who cares, right? Like,
I don't.
And it's
narrower tire makes a big difference.
Oh, I bet. So it's got a narrower front tire, obviously, narrower rear tire, and the seat height is, I believe, right about 35 inches on this bike. So that is a difference. But when you get used to riding somebody's, or you know, your own bike, and you switch over to another bike, you've kind of got comfortable on your own bike, and it feels just different getting on somebody else's bike. So, but yeah, obviously the seat height is a little different for us short folks.
That definitely takes some getting used to.
Yeah, I was just telling them that you get used to riding your own bike and you hop on somebody else's bike, and it's a game. She's like, it's almost like, yeah, it's a lot different.
Well, just like the narrowness of the tire just gives it a completely like different feel. Like I'm expecting it to do what the Tdub does in like corners and just and whatnot, but
True.
I don't know, it's weird. Like it just definitely interesting. So I noticed too, like when you're in like second gear and you're going to take a corner and you go like to slow down real quick or something, it doesn't like to just come right back out like the Tdub does, which is weird with it being fuel injected and all, but
The gearing.
it's a wee bit taller than the Tdub too.
It is, yes.
A little bit, but
I believe the seat, if I remember correctly, my daughter was saying the seat height is, I believe, right around 32 on the TW. And yes, when I say my daughter, she researched this stuff, as she is almost my height and wants her own bike. Well, not anymore now that we got this lovely four-wheeler right here. Just gonna go burn through some whoops real quick. But that is the perfect time to talk about this video. So we're gonna do some other videos here comparing this bike here, this KLX250S, to the Yamaha TW200. Now I'm gonna go out, I'm going to jump on his bike one of these days and go ride it and just kind of see, you know, I guess my thoughts on the TW. Now, I personally didn't go with the TW200 solely because I wanted something a little bit faster on the roads. Now, there's a few spots, well, there's a lot of spots I can get to straight from my house. But I was looking at that as a factor as far as your top speed. So mainly one of the other ones. The only thing I don't like, and that we are going to be doing some changes, is the seat height. We are going to change that. It's a little higher than
that seat is tall.
It is. It's different than the Yamaha.
It's still pretty responsive though.
Yeah?
Like, I don't know, the gas is like extremely responsive, but just getting used to that front tire is just a little different.
That, and I think the gearing, like you said, depending on what gear you're in, you're used to, you know, kind of the Yamaha, I guess.
Oh, that is tall. Kickstand?
Short people problems.
Wow.
You trying to get it up?
There.
Oh, that's what she said. I'll just kidding. This guy's the king of that's what she said jokes. I think about it all the time, but he says that.
I voice it.
But Anyway, so final thoughts. All right, so this isn't like the best video. Obviously, he didn't cruise it around a whole lot. We're definitely going to be doing some more videos where both of us go out and ride, and we might swap bikes and check things out and go ride and kind of give you a little more in-depth yeah, look at
review,
the two
thoughts.
Bikes. Yeah.
Well,
You definitely got to spend more time on it.
The other thing too is just, this is really my first time out here riding this. So
This stuff. Yeah.
Not knowing exactly what's after each little hill or whatnot.
Yeah, knowing your terrain.
Yeah, that adds a little bit to it, but
It does play a little factor.
and dude, that's like, that dirt is like powder. Like
It is powder.
a good 2.5, 3 inches of powder.
So we've got some lovely powder, and this is deep. Like
This is where
look at that. I mean, look at these ruts right there. That's powder. So we've got a combination of, oh look, little fox tracks right there, but powder and rocks. It's kind of a combination of not the most comfortable terrain to ride on.
And see, this soft powdery stuff is probably for the TW with that, just with the stock front tire that everybody calls the death wing. That soft powder is probably not the best of friends for it, but
For the TW?
just for that tire.
Huh.
Just for that front tire that comes stock on the Tdub. But
I gotcha.
no, we need to get that out here and do a side by side. We both ride each other's bikes and just get to know the terrain a little bit better, and
I agree.
go from there.
I agree.
However, put that back on me.
Here you go. Let's
First
go.
impressions.
Do it.
First impression wise, the throttle response is great. You know, that fuel injection just is right there. Unless you're in second gear, it doesn't like to lug it nearly as much. For me, being 5'6" with a 30-inch inseam, it's a little bit taller than I would prefer. But other than that, I mean, suspension is, I mean, it's floating. It's just like you're, you know, nowhere near as, I would say nowhere near as stiff as the TW. So just stock straight out the gate. I think this one definitely has a lot more flow to it, but it's also nice because you can adjust the rear suspension on this, which you cannot do on the Tdub. The pegs on this one grip quite a bit more than the stock pegs on the TW. But you know, once you get used to riding a bike for as long as I've been on the Tdub, it's kind of, you know, apples to oranges. You can't really compare the two. So, however,
That's true.
It is a blast to ride regardless. So it's one of those that if you're a little bit taller, I'd definitely say it's a good starter bike. It's not overly aggressive with the throttle response, which is nice. First gear is extremely low, takes off really easy. 230 pounds, and it carried me just fine right off the gate. So yeah, I like it.
And there are gonna be some videos in those hills over there. There's a lot of trails we can go hit as far as the gearing, you know, testing out the gearing, because like I had discussed earlier, that's why I went with this, was more of a top speed on the road.
Yeah.
However, you can also do to this what you can do with any other bike, and that is change the gearing
And have fun.
Have fun. That's what we're about, folks. We're gonna go have some fun. We're going to ride these bikes. Matt here, he's got his own channel. Obviously, I'll link it up in the description. Mr. Mobstreet. Yeah, we're gonna plan on a few more of these videos. His work is, I wouldn't say slowing down. It's more or less.
That side's slowing down, and this side's ramping up.
Yes. So our work is going to transition to fun. A little less pay, but that's where you can join us and help us out. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channels. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family.
Hit that notification
Your wives.
bell.
Go log on to your wife's channel. Subscribe for us to her. You know, I mean, not you know, I don't know. Not to her, but, you know, for her subscribe to us. Yeah, let her watch us. Okay, we're gonna take off, but remember, folks, size doesn't matter if you're horizontal. I'll leave you with that.